Okay. So many people have made this mistake that I swear to God, I have no idea what the percentage rating is, but apparently is like a huge percentage. Should start calling these, and it's a very ignorant statement, should start calling them full frame fanboys. I think I've got 7 full frame cameras. Certainly got medium format, much bigger than full frame, eh? Quite a few crop sensor cameras. Point is, here's something interesting and nobody seems to realize. Now, Nikon, and of course, I'd be the first person to praise Nikon if they came out with a wonderful camera. There's no denying that the output from all the available images from the new Z6 and Z7 are wonderful. The problem is with their first generation mirrorless cameras, and Nikon is insanely arrogant, and they've dropped out 2 turd muffins with poor autofocus, poor implementation, 1 card slot. Canon did the same thing. I'll be the first person to praise Nikon. I love Nikon. I grew up with Nikon. It's wonderful, their full-frame cameras and they're mirrorless. The only problem is that, well, it is a full-frame camera. They're crummy cameras. They're crummy cameras. It's kind of like dating a beautiful woman with incurable sexual diseases. It's like, oh my God, she's so hot, but I can't sleep with her because I'll catch something that no medicine can cure. It's the same way with the new Nikon Z7, Z6. Wonderful, full frame, mirrorless. Yeah, but they're first generation and they suck. Here's the mistake everybody's making. This has nothing to do with Nikon. They just cut the crap with this full-frame fanboy B. Everybody says, my God, the Fujifilm came out with a crop sensor camera. Fujifilm's coming out with the 3rd generation after the X-T2, which is the X-T3, which has a lot of stuff in it. And this is not about Fujifilm. Here's something that you all are missing. Have you ever seen Zach Arias? Everybody seems to love Zach Arias. The reason why so many people hate me is because I'm very confrontational and I kind of say it like it is. I'm not kissing anybody's butt. Probably has something to do with the fact that I have no affiliate links and I'm not selling anything. You ever seen that neat little video from Zach Arias called Crop or Crap? Just type in Zach Arias, Crop or Crap. There's a great video everybody should watch. It's really, really funny. You know the amazing thing about everybody that has, and there's not many, people that have medium format and people that have full frame and then they also have crop sensor cameras, is that you have never heard any of them spit out this full frame as God nonsense. Wait a minute, they're full frame. You don't, they're happy with their DX cameras. You know the difference between, Zach Arias loves to say in his videos, very funny, he keeps saying negligible. He uses that stick he keeps beating on the table. You know the difference between DX and full frame? It isn't that much. He is correct on that. The people that actually have these 3 formats, or the people that have been in the industry for a long time, those are not the people that are spitting out this full-frame fanboy BS and crapola. I mean, let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. Let's just give you one example. I don't know if you've seen his work. He's got Instagram and he's on YouTube. I've talked to him a few times. His name is Benjamin Canarak. He's a Canadian living in Paris, France. He shoots for Elle and Vogue and Harper's and all these big magazines. Many of his recent shoots have been on a crop sensor Fujifilm X-T2. He also has an XH1. Covers for Vogue. This guy has full-frame Nikon D810s. Yeah, some of his recent shoots, several of his recent shoots, I don't know how many, but I've seen quite a few pictures, have been from Fujifilm crop sensor cameras. Isn't that interesting? So here's a guy with full-frame cameras shooting insanely prestigious covers for famous magazines, and this guy's using a... For some reason, I don't hear it out of him, nobody's really complaining about the images he's producing with those crop sensor cameras. Interesting left, either the people that either have crop sensor and full frame and medium format, none of them are spitting out this full frame fanboy BS. I know the advantages of full frame. Okay, I know the advantages of full frame for, like using a tilt shift lens for real estate, for architecture, for landscape. I also know about it's much easier and cheaper For portraiture, like an 85-1.4, as opposed to get the same equivalent, you need to use a 56 at 1.2. Actually, a 56 at 1.4 equals an, I got test examples up, 85 at 1.8 equals a 56, like the Fuji 56mm f1.2, equals the Fuji 56mm at f1.4. So you have to make faster lenses, and those really fast lenses are expensive to get the same bokeh out of the output from the crop sensor. I know that. There are advantages, however. Those advantages have basically dwindled because, like, here's a question for you. You probably don't know the answer. Which one has more information per square centimeter of sensor? I say per square millimeter, square centimeter, doesn't make any difference. Which has more information per square millimeter of sensor? A 20 megapixel Nikon D500, a 45 megapixel Nikon D850, or a 24 megapixel XH1 or XT2. Now I have all three of those cameras. Which one has more information per square millimeter of sensor? This would probably be the reason why famous National Geographic wildlife photographers are seen using $15,000 lenses on Nikon D7200s, which is a 24 megapixel crop sensor camera. So what's the answer? Which one has more information per millimeter of sensor? The answer is the XH1, XT2, or a Nikon D7200, same premise. A Nikon D850 in crop mode is 20 megapixels, exactly the same as a Nikon D500. So how is that the same? That means, like, say if you got a 600 millimeter lens and you got a little speckled-breasted woodpecker way the hell off, you know, you stand in the same distance, use the same damn 600 millimeter lens on the Nikon D500, which is 20 megapixels, Nikon D850, which is 45 megapixels. You got to crop the piss out of both of them. Which one has more information on it, the 20 megapixel Nikon D500 or the 45 megapixel Nikon D850? The answer is they're both exactly the friggin' same. Exactly the same. Don't believe me? Look it up. Don't care. It's a hardcore fact. It's etched in stone. It is a fact. The difference is 0. DX to FX is no big deal. FX to medium format, however, is. I'll tell you another fact. Here's another undeniable fact. There have been several videos where I say, hey, I went out, did some shooting with the GFX medium format. Here's the raw files. Download them. Anybody that's never downloaded one before, they always, either in live stream or in the comment section of my videos, say, oh my God, I can zoom in and I can zoom in more and I just keep zooming in and it's just, everybody is stunned. The first time they see a medium format RAW file, they pop it up on their computers like, I keep clicking, zoom, and it just keeps going. Everybody says that. You know, that should probably tell you something. There is a significant jump between full frame medium format. Guess who's got 2 medium format cameras? That would be Fujifilm. Guess who has no medium format cameras? Sony, Nikon, Canon. They have none. Let's just cut this big sensor, small sensor stuff. You should be looking for a superior camera, one that fits your needs. Like, if someone said, however, and they often do an email and comment, I only shoot portraiture, or I only shoot landscape, or I only shoot landscape and portraiture. I'm sure as hell not going to say, well, Fujifilm just makes this awesome crop, which they do. I'm going to recommend a full-frame camera. I'm always logical. I never want to waste anybody's money. It's like, all you shoot is portraiture and landscape. Yeah, that's all I shoot. You know, you really love that. I've got this email 1,000 times. I watch all your videos about how much you love Fuji. I tried one out. It's really awesome. Should I buy a film? Like, well, what's your budget and what do you shoot? This is my answer to everything. Every question is, what's your budget? What do you shoot? What's your budget? What do you shoot? And a lot of them say, I only shoot landscape and portraiture. I only shoot portraiture. I only shoot landscape. Well, I'm not going to, yeah. Like, hey, you need a full-frame camera because full-frame cameras, you have this. You need that for landscapes. You don't necessitatively need it for portraiture, but it makes it easier. It's kind of like, you know, it's, remember when Nancy Kerrigan got whacked on the knee with a stick or whatever the hell it was? It would have been easier for her to skate if someone hadn't whacked her in the knee, right? Remember when that happened? So, you know, you could do that with a crop sensor camera, but it's easier if you use a full frame. I'm always going to recommend a full frame. I don't recommend the medium format because it's expensive. Most people don't have the budget for that. Very few people do, and they say, I got the budget. Should I buy medium format? It's like, what do you shoot? I shoot portraiture. Like, yeah, there you go, GFX. You got an unlimited. There's some people that say, money is no concern. I'm just like Daddy Warbucks. I got money flying out of my bunghole. It's like, yeah, you should go check out a GFX. You should go check out the medium format Fujifilm GFX, that 110 millimeter f2 portrait lens, which is basically an 85 millimeter at f1.5. But if someone says landscape or portraiture, I say, hey, full frame camera. Why don't you just stop it with this, full frame fanboy BS talk? Because the people like me and Zach Arias and others that, if full frame were just like the epic tits and crop sensor were so bad, I wouldn't be praising the crop sensor Nikon D500 or the Fujifilm X-H1 or the Fujifilm X-T2. I love those cameras. I love them a lot. I use them more than full frame and my medium format. Actually, I pack around my medium format now more than I ever did before. I love my GFX. Just this crop sensor camera. I gotta have full frame. Do you really have to have full frame? Yeah. What do you shoot? I shoot street, and I'm a tourist. It's like, well, your best camera there would be a crop sensor camera. Don't need a full frame for that. Especially now that Fujifilm is coming out with their 8 to 16 millimeter, which is going to be the epic tatas for wide angle. I mean, that's going to be amazing. I know for a fact that's going to be amazing. I won't pass judgment on it until I've tested it thoroughly, obviously, but, the real answer here is all these cameras coming out. I've seen so many stupid comments. Look at my crop sensor camera, fat boy. Yeah, cut the crap. Yeah, unless you're primarily a portrait / landscape shooter, both or one or the other, you don't need full frame. Because if you think you do, you're bigger's better. Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, right. Yeah. I would be the first to say, oh yeah, screw all those crop sensor If it were really the truth, which it's not, it's a stinking lie, I'd be the first person to say, I hate crop sensor cameras. Now that the fat, bald, tattooed boy has got medium format and quite a few full-frame cameras, I'm never going to touch a crop sensor camera anymore. I'm as excited as a jackrabbit in heat about the new crop sensor Fujifilm X-T3. When the Nikon D500 came out, I said this is going to be a legendary camera, Nikon's going to sell the bejesus out of it. As everybody say, you're so full of it, fat boy. That's a crop sensor camera. Everybody was proven wrong. I was proven 100% right, and you know it. You know it. Tomorrow's my birthday. Where's my cake at? I want a cupcake at least. I hate sweets, actually, but I love, oh my God, do you know what I really love? Oh my God. I think I could get naked and have sex with it. Don't tell anybody I told you this shit. Don't tell anybody. But what's that red cake? What is it? Damn it, I forget the name of it. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's got that white icing on it. The red cake. They call it devil. It's not devil's food cake. What is it? Red velvet. Ooh, my God. Oh, man. Oh. Oh, my God, I love that shit so much. Red velvet! Red velvet! I'm going to edit this. Note to self. Edit this out of the video before uploading it. Note to self. If you like these videos, please click the link below. Tell me to jump off a cliff. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever tickles your pickle. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you later. Goodbye.